Ladies and gentlemen, we have reached our first chance of winning the William Hill Premiership today. But how do we get to this point on the 25th of April 2026? Let's go over the fixtures we've had since we last met. The first game we had was a 3-1 victory against St Mirren, where we went behind again at St Mirren. Not in the first minute this time, but we still went behind inside the first 28 minutes. But then we got an equaliser before half-time, and then we scored 2 goals afterwards, thanks to Kasama and Cornelius. So that's a good result. Potentially not as good as it could have been. Yes, I did take off 2 players at half-time. No, I do not regret it because we won in the end, and we got all 3 points. So say what you will about the situation. We got the victory, and we have secured another 3 points to our collection in a season that is looking very, very promising, to say the least. So the next game we had was a 3-2 defeat against Real Betis. We weren't particularly great, but we didn't need to worry so much because we already had a 5-0 lead going into this game. So despite the fact we lost by 3 goals to 2 on the night, we won by 7 goals to 3 overall in the 2 legs. And it was a good performance in that regards. I did have to make my changes. I make a lot of changes early on. You can see that fellow Ascot is currently injured right now, but it's not ideal. It was also not the end of the world. We are experiencing some interesting situations, to say the least. After that game against Real Betis, we then took on Aberdeen, and despite taking the lead inside the 32nd minute of the game, we almost blew it. We conceded in the 83rd minute of the game, but then Raphael scored the late winner to ensure that we did actually win on the night. So a good win in that regards. I just wish that all of our dominance was much better. Aaron's and Cornelius were off at half-time. I made some changes later on, but I could just make one at a time because of how much I did the 2 changes at half-time, so that I had that in my benefit, but it also wasn't the end of the world. But honestly, look at the stats. We should have won this game generally anyway, and we actually underperformed the XG, so maybe that wasn't as good as it should have been. Then we took on Dundee United and beat them by 1-0. It was not pretty, and William Clem scores his first ever goal for the club. It is the only goal he's scored to this day, and honestly, I think he did quite a good job personally. But again, we are looking to ensure we win, and that was a good performance. 1-0 tonight, and we got all 3 points. Even the stats were in our favour here, and honestly, I was able to just take my time with the substitutes and not rush it because we actually had a gap. It was an international break at that point as well after us, and we just got what we want. And I was never going to complain. But we did underperform the XG again. Stop that, guys. Come on, you're better than that. Then we got given Porto in the Europa League and beat them 2-0 on the night. And this game was annoying because I felt we could have done much better. The chances we had, the XG we had, we should have done better with this game. And I was hoping it would not come back to bite us because Porto's a good team on their day and we do not do well on the road in the Europa League, it feels like. And that's a problem. I don't think I've actually won a game away from home in the Europa League so far. And this is now the quarterfinals and we need to get results here. Could we hold on to a 2-0 lead though in Portugal? That was my main question. But before that, we were taking a Falkirk and beating them 4-1 in the league. So finally, we over-exceeded the XG, and that was good. Again, we didn't do well defensively, but at the same time, we're making changes. William Clem came up, and Lyle Cameron were off at halftime. Yes, I had Cameron playing as the left winger in this game. Not his natural position, I realised, but I felt we could just make some risk and make some changes. It just makes sense in my mind to do it. So I was hoping we could keep this going. But then one of the most craziest games I've ever taken part in. Porto 6, Rangers 3. We lose overall 6-5. This was one of the most bizarre games I've ever taken part of. I thought we were not great in the first half. We conceded 2 goals of Samu. Yes, that's Samu. His legend exceeds him at this point. But then they scored an own goal just before half time. So it's 2-1 tonight. And it's 3-2 overall. And I'm hoping, okay, can we hold on? No, Pepe scores. Then Tolkien scores an own goal to make it 4-3. Then Prepin scores to make it 5-3. And somehow we make it 5-5 with 2 goals later on. And then Samu scores the 97th minute winner to win 6-3 on the night and 6-5 overall. This game had everything. And I wish it never happened because we should never have allowed ourselves in that position. and our away form in the Europa League came back to bite us. All of our defenders, apart from Cornelius, were under 6.5. Cameron, who played the entire game, was not particularly impressive either, and it was Sterling coming on from the bench that did well. I made 2 changes at half-time because of fitness concerns, and I thought, no, 3 changes at half-time because of fitness concerns, and we weren't playing well, and they made a difference. I just wish we didn't have to make those 3 changes for it to make a difference, but there you go. Either way, 6-3, Europa League quarterfinal is where we bow out this season. And last time out, we beat St Mirren in the Scottish Cup semi-final 2-0 to advance to the final, and we will take on Dundee in the last game of the season. We have 5 league games between now and then, and we can win the league before that even happens. Honestly, the first few were really good this time, and I've now got all my players available because we don't have any restrictions with the squad registration. Thank goodness for that. And we're looking okay. Sure, we weren't particularly incredible, but we're looking okay, and I just need to do well. Thank God we won, though, because if I didn't get to the final when Celtic's already out, I would have been annoyed with myself. And the team that beat Celtic are not even in the final, so there you go. That being said, this is the league table going into this game. We are 10 points clear with 5 games to go. The championship group has been announced, and I really, really need to win this. Yes, I know this makes absolutely no difference. As far as I'm concerned, this is useless because we can just win the title anyway, but I just want to win because the next game is at Celtic Park, and I don't think we can win it personally at that point. But even then, a draw would be enough. So a win today against our opponents would be lovely, lovely stuff. And beating St Mirren and then watching Celtic crumble against Falkirk would be ironic, to say the least, but they'll need to lose. So I don't think it's going to happen. But I've seen stupider things happen. So there you go. Anyway, this is our team. We're going to try and make sure we do the job here. I do have to rotate because I've got so many injuries. Gassama's out injured. Well, he's coming back. Sterling's coming back. Tolkien's injured. Tavernier's almost back from his injury. Ashgard's out for 11 days to 3 weeks due to a groin strain in training. So 5 players have been injured. Most of them are coming back soon, and I really hope we can do a good job here. So let's see how we do today. Here's Max Aarons into the first 41 seconds. Plays it across. And Mikey Moore opens the scoring. He's not offside. We lead already. Mikey Moore with his 5th league goal of the year and his 9th goal overall. We've scored a lot of goals this year. That is our 159th goal of the season. And it's our 62nd game of the year. So we love scoring, apparently. And that's now disappeared. Oh, no. Okay. That's not ideal. The game's broken on me. Beautiful. And it took the first minute to do it. Diamande with the free kick. Goes for goal. Saves for the goalkeeper. Okay, so St Mirren have a chance to do something here. I can't see their players now. I'm also not that fussed about it. I have a feeling I know what might cause it. I don't like the fact it can cause it. But here we are. Diamande, though, making a charge forward. Still going. Finds Antman. Oliver Antman. Still going. Plays across. Mikey Moore's got a second. We lead by 2-0. And Mikey Moore has got a brace. So that's good. At least we're doing ourselves justice here. And we're having a good time. A really good time in our world of football. Antman playing it across. It was just delightful. And nobody saw it coming, apparently. And I don't know why. We have an opportunity to make it 3 before half-time. Aaron's on the ball. He's going to go for goal. He gets his shot blocked. And I'd like to be able to say we can keep a clean sheet in the first half, but I never know at this point with this game. And I never know what to expect anymore. But at least nothing's happened, and we are going to keep going. Why do I have a feeling the game is going to break at half-time? Alright, so half-time, we lead by 2-0. We are going to be 13 points clear to Celtic, having played a game more as things stand. Here's hoping we can keep this going and get ourselves all 3 points. The game starts. I've never had the game actually not start the second half for me, so that's nice. Why it still breaks for some people, I don't know. But apparently it's a thing. Oh, look, it's back. Everything's back. Yes. I don't think just gave the second half would be able to fix it. And we got a corner. Diamande to take it. And I really think we can do a goal No, it wasn't the best cross, was it? You see what I was trying to do. Is everyone's there. Ant-Man, Diamande. Oh, the woodwork denies us. And he's offside anyway. Okay, so Livingston actually being Hibernia. Livingston might be relegated anyway at this point, which is a bit concerning for Hibernia. How did they get in the relegation group, by the way? I don't know, but here's Aaron's. And I am expecting a good pull here. Finds Ant-Man. Ant-Man, Bojan, Diamande goes for goal. Save by the goalkeeper. He was forced into making a save there. Good on him. Here's Hurtado on the ball. We can make a good run forward. Macoma. Oh, that's a lovely pass. It was unnecessary, but it's nice to see what we can do. And because we're 2-0 up, we can just be comfortable. We can take our time now. Max Aarons. Doesn't matter for him. He's going to go forward anyway and play across. And it's now free. Ant-Man scores. That is over. If it wasn't already over as a contest. You would think that we'll be struggling with the idea of winning the league title, but we aren't. We generally are enjoying ourselves in this season, in this game. And I'm really enjoying this game. It's the beta, yes, and there are definitely bugs, but we're having a good time. We can make this 4 before the 65th minute of the game. I'm saying 65th because I was about to say 62nd, but we are about to hit the 62nd minute of the game. But I like to think we could do a good job here and continue our charge. And this has been a fun tester. I'm happy we're able to get this season done before the beta's over, and that was a shot from Dear Monday. It's gone over. And that is the game, and you can see the bug. There's a massive bug in this end screen. It's definitely the cameraman. The cameraman is actually broken in this screen. I'm going to continue for anyway. And that's a 3-0 victory. We deserved it 100%. I now am curious to see if we actually have won the title, because Celtic could have just lost, and I don't know about it yet. Celtic win though. We have not won the title just yet. So, we can win the league title at Celtic Park. A draw will do it. But do we want to do it as a draw or a victory? Because we can still lose. I might just continue playing until we win the title. So, let's keep going. Why not? So we're here. We're about to take on our big rival Celtic at Celtic Park. And I'm really expecting a good performance here. We've got players coming back from injury. So Tolkien is now back. Cornelius is going to be on the bench as well. And Tavernier is on the verge of being back. He is pretty much back now. And I will throw him on the bench. Actually, Tavernier's not going to be on the bench. He's only back for 45 minutes, so I won't bring him in just yet. I will bring Tolkien into the starting lineup, because even though he's not matchly sharp, we can just take the risk anyway and go from here. And I'm actually... Do I want to make the call to bring Aarons in straight off the bat? No, I have Sterling start this game. And we'll have Cornelius start as well. I think that's a good call. I'm looking at I do take advice from the assistant, actually, from these situations and go from there. And go from that point in time. So it'll be interesting to see what we can do here. But Chemiti will start. That was always the plan, as far as I was concerned. And Bajrami will actually be dropped for Cameron. Because I actually really like Cameron in this role for some reason or another. Even though sometimes I can't find him in the team. But I think there's an opportunity to do some really big things. And I really am liking my squad right now. Cameron is going to be dropped for Daldo. And that is the play. So that's what we're going to do. I like this with this. Button, Sterling, Zygo, Cornelius, Tolkien, Clem, Cameron, Diamande, Ant-Man, Moore, and Chimetti. With Kelly, Suter, Rothwell, Bajrami, Gassama, Dow, Mielski, Aarons, and Macoma on the bench. Even though we got some players back from injury, I don't want to take the risk, and we're going to go from there. Let's see if we can win the league title at Celtic Park tonight. Perhaps the biggest game of the season, of the series so far. The chance to win the William Hill Premiership at Celtic Park could not be any bigger from my point of view and my confidence. It will mean that we've effectively ended the Celtic reign of dominance and reign of terror as things stand if we can win this tonight. I like to think we can get it done. Even if at times I think we may struggle, but you never know. It'll be a fun situation to be in. And away we go. A draw is enough. We don't need to win. We can draw. But we have won here already this season. And this is the last time we take on Celtic in the entire season. So, can we ensure we win the title in style, or will we need to wait one game more? Either way, I don't mind. It's not like it's the end of the world if I have to wait an extra game and because we lost. because we've already got the title effectively in our hands, being 10 points clear with 4 games to go. I don't also mind it being a cagey game either, as Chimissi's on the ball now. That's a good throw, actually, to find him. He's going to have to cut inside. He does. Finds Diamande. He finds Chimissi. Plays across. And Antman. His shot was blocked. I don't know what to expect for this corner. I actually don't know what Celtic's defensive record is from corners anyway, but we don't see regardless. No team in this derby has won at home so far. They've all the wins have been away wins, which is not ideal if you are Celtic in this situation. But we've lost twice at home to Celtic in this competition. So in that regard, Celtic actually have the upper hand, as Sadiq is going to have a chance and Butland denies. But we've had the upper hand at their ground, so we've beaten them here in the Cup and the League so far. So clearly, we know how to win here. Admittedly, now I'm talking about that record, one of those wins was on penalties, so Celtic have been knocked out on penalties in both cups this year, which is kind of funny when you think about it that way. But here is Sterling, and if we can hold on and get a result, we're fine. What a ball to Antman, by the way. Goal. Brilliant. We lead at Celtic, and we are doing our part right now to secure the title and to ensure we lift the trophy at their ground. This was a really beautifully well-worked goal, and the pass from Sterling is outstanding, and Antman just had to get there first. He did, and once he was able to get the shot away, it was wonderful. This is my 306th day in charge and my 63rd game as the Rangers manager, and we could be about to win the Scottish Premier League and ensure that Celtic are trophyless. And Chimissi's in to try and make it 2. He has made it 2. I'm starting to think we might be able to celebrate very, very shortly. And I didn't think I'd have a chance to do the domestic treble in a beta save with Rangers, but here we are. We're 2-0 up at Celtic Park. This is what we needed, and we're doing the job. We're 45 minutes away from lifting the title at Celtic. Can we hold on? Minute change at half-time. Gassama's actually come up for Mikey Moore, because Mikey Moore is tired. Tolkien's probably the next substitute to be made, honestly, but I think we got the opportunity to just take our time. Don't need to rush this. Don't need to risk anything here. We are doing the job right now. Okay, another chance now. Gassam on the ball. We are 15 minutes away, maybe a bit longer, from winning the title now. Aaron's on the pitch. Bajrami out wide to Makoma. Here is Diamande. Back to Mahoma. What a pass that is, by the way. Good run too. Plays across and surely... Oh my god, how has he saved the second one? How has Mendes saved the shot from Gassama there? That is ridiculous. Trusty. Okay, we need to hold on. We've got just over 10 minutes to go. Maybe 15 minutes if we include added time. But we should hold on now. We've made all our substitutes. And Maeda has not scored yet. He's going to be a problem. He is going to play across. And Yamada has scored. That is going to count. Okay. Game on. Celtic are not going to just roll over and let us win this without a fight. Good. I actually enjoy that. Makes it more interesting in that regard. Especially for the neutral. But we don't need to be in a position. We need to be able to say we can continue this fight and ensure that we've done the job. By the way, why are they waiting until now? Yeah, he's clearly on. Because he's behind the ball. Easy. But a new highlight's already started. I don't know what to expect. If we can see the second goal, I'll be very disappointed with the team. But here is Aaron's now. It's not the best pass. It was not exactly the pass was bad. It was how easy it's read. But that's a terrible pass. Gassama finds Gimetti and Gassama? Oh, okay. We just got and made it 3-1 anyway. Okay, cool. I thought this was just a wasted highlight, but no, we've literally scored. Even if Diamande's hurt. But that was terrible defending from their point of view. But we also got away with it here. And we should never have been able to get away with that one. Okay. I think that's the title one. Okay. 3 minutes left. They got to score 2 goals to stop us from winning the game. But they got to score 3 goals to ensure we can't win the title tonight. I don't think that's going to happen somehow. Unless I get completely mudded here. As Yamada is in again. He scores again. It is 3-2. I've seen that goal a few times already. And that is going to count. I'm not even going to question it. I'm just going to assume that's going to count, and we need to be more aware. They need 2 more goals to ensure we don't win the title tonight. Oh, you know what sucks about that? That's mid-highlight, so I couldn't even tell you that was on or off. So, 6 minutes at a time because of an injury. I think it was one of their players got injured, actually. But here's Mekoma. To win it at Celtic Park would be the icing on the cake for a lot of Rangers fans. Here's Mekoma. He played across, finds Cameron. And he is going to run inside. No. He's going to pass. Find it to Shemiti. And it's now 4-2. We have definitely done it now. That's his 38th goal this season, by the way. Which is crazy when you think about it. That Yusuf Chimeti in this save has got 38 goals in all competitions. Admittedly, 22 have come from outside the league, but even so, he loves the Europa League. He's ridiculous in that competition. But we've now got a 4-2 lead with 3 minutes to go. I think that should be done. Any doubt now? I think it's relatively over. We are going to win the league title in our first attempt, and we are champions. And I don't get to see the trophy lift because I don't know. But anyway, that's it. We are champions. Thank you very much. And that confirms it. We've done the double. We've won the league. And nothing more I could do anymore at this point in time. And we've apparently we're joint most with Celtic. And it's now 56. Okay. I'm apparently now one of the top scorers managers too. And I'm being praised by the supporters, being praised by the fans. I love the fact they actually I could just request a new contract immediately. But there you go. But here we are. We have got the league title. And we just get Go Ahead Eagles £875,000 as a result of winning the league. Cool. Fair enough. Okay. That's the league title officially secure. Oh, I'm actually now in the top 10 for nationalities of Scottish. Okay. That's weird. Didn't think that'd be the case, but cool, I suppose. But I am going to end it on this screen. We are the league champions and we confirmed our title win at Celtic Park. I'm going to end this here. I hope you guys have enjoyed yourselves. I hope you guys would like and share this video and that you subscribe to the channel. It really does help me a lot. But anyway, until next time, where we take on Dundee in the cup final, good night.